Over 1.2 million retail investor accounts received margin calls, and they were completely liquidated, guys. That's roughly 3.4% of the country's working age population just went completely bust. House Senate was going to meet today, July 20th, and one of the potential things on the docket was the Clarity Act. The Clarity Act did not get brought to the floor. Why do I think this happened? I think the Republican Party just didn't have enough votes yet to secure that, because they do need 60 votes total, which means they need about 7 Democrats on their side, and they need all 53 Republicans to vote yes. So I put together all of Q2 alerts, mine and blasts. We did 11 wins, 14 losses at a 44% win rate. Now, this is if you copy the alerts to the T and didn't change anything. You know, there's times in the crypto market where you have to press on the gas. You have to push yourself to the limits, even get a little bit uncomfortable, because that's kind of where you grow. You have to know when to step back, chill, not trade, learn stuff, learn some strategies. That's like trading. Welcome back to another episode of The Market Take, breaking down what's happening around the world in the markets and in crypto.
And if you like being informed about this kind of stuff, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you do watch our content and you're not sure if you're subscribed, please double check. A lot goes into making these videos, and we get super motivated when we see that people are interested. So yeah, thank you.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of The Market Take. It is July 20th. We have officially reached the halfway point of the year.
Yeah.
Just crossed it.
Time's flying, and I can't wait, because it is just disgustingly hot outside, and you know, very humid here in Vegas, which is wild, just muggy, hot, humid. It's the dog days of summer. We don't like the dog days of summer. So fall, come soon.
And guys, you know, if you ever get hot and you feel like you need a dip in the pool, don't forget about Palm Tree Beach Club.
Whoa. Take your electrolytes.
Yep.
Take your electrolytes.
Little fun fact, guys. I've realized why this is the time that I crashed. I have this new app. This is not an ad. It's called Bavel. It's pretty sweet. Get it on your Apple Watch. I'm at 90 strain today, 44 recovery, and 41 sleep. Granted, my sleep isn't fully calculated because I've only been on this bad boy for about 48 hours, but
you're not sleeping enough.
Not sleeping enough, and I'm not recovering enough. I'm overstraining. And we'll get into that more when we talk about crypto, because I have learned some very, very interesting things about proper elite athletic training. A lot of it's very similar to trading, but we'll get into that later. Let's start with some world news. What do we got shaking and baking?
Well, Spain won the World Cup. If you guys didn't see that.
I don't know how I forgot that. Spain did anyone have Spain to win?
Dude, there was a lot of people that wanted Spain to win who I was around.
Yeah, I stopped betting after the Mexico heartbreak and their Norway heartbreak. You know, because like I could relate to those places because I spent time in those places. You know, I'm one with the locals. You know, so I can relate. So when they both lost, I was like, you know. Or what Cole said, you know. But you know what? The World Cup was about unity, Cole. So maybe not.
You know, the game to bet on was actually that France and England game.
9 points?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah. Well, 10.
What was that about?
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't Argentina get like all of them at the last like couple minutes?
Argentina.
I mean, not Argentina.
England?
Yeah, England.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, that's a lot of points for a soccer game. That's actually kind of crazy, especially in a World Cup scenario.
Eddie was sending me a text. The over on that game would have been the bet, huh? But
yeah,
missed that ride.
You know, but what a game, man! What a game.
Yeah. And just when you thought high ticket sales was kind of out the window, Trump launches a $100K a month Truth Social Premium. What the F is that, bro? When you told me that, I was like, what?
Yeah, you want me to break it down?
Yeah.
Guys, Trump Media, the parent company, of Truth Social announced a new product called Truth API. Basically, what Truth API is it gives you Trump's posts like milliseconds sooner than when it goes live. So it gives you the data a lot sooner.
Is it milliseconds, or like he has like or let's say like it posts to the premium audience and then like it comes out to the normal audience like 5-10 minutes later?
No, so like the reason they're calling it Truth API because like you see the data before it goes live on the actual website on the back end. Here, let me read this out. So anyways, like I was saying, Trump Media, the parent company of Truth Social, announced a new product called Truth API. The service would give banks, hedge funds, quantitative trading firms, and other institutional clients access to certain truth posts milliseconds before the general public sees them. The reported price can reach $100,000 per month for premium access. So it would, as far as like the technicalities of it, is basically what the firm or the fund would get, right, would be like this like data set, right?
Yeah.
That's coming in.
Yeah, like
and they would just basically see it before it went live, like milliseconds before the post went live.
Yeah, I guess from when he hits the button, it's not posted to that very, very second, but within that time frame they see it first.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these algorithms that a lot of the hedge funds, institutional money, they all have algos that react based on news. So if it's like a millisecond before, I can see that why that comes in handy. I can, you pay for data in the stock market. You pay for payment for order flow, you pay for level 2, and there's subscriptions as low as like $50 a month up to I've seen $5,000 a month. I've seen $10,000 a month just to get that info like a second before. Never have I seen it for a social media account. Yeah. That's kind of crazy, but unfortunately whatever he posts, what he posts does move the markets. We've seen this so many times, not just with Trump, with every other president. So that's kind of crazy. Yeah,
but like at the same time too, it's nothing new, right? Like think of like Bloomberg Terminal, right? That's like a premium trading service with infinite better information than the common.
And you're getting the news.
Yeah,
the second
than the common retail trader could ever get. Right, and like and other different like kind of like inflows and graphs and like just other like crazy different kinds of metrics that you just can't. Like,
no, I mean, hey, you're literally preaching to the choir. Like we like the reason we're making Lucra is to beat Bloomberg, and about 80% of the data that we plan on releasing on Lucra is what you have to pay $25,000 for on Bloomberg. Of course, there's going to be higher data sets that we have to charge for, especially for the higher AI usage. But it's crazy to have a president doing this because why would anyone want it a millisecond before if it's not market related? Could you give me one other reason? Can anybody else think of one other reason why somebody would want Trump's post a half a second quicker before if it's not to make money off of it? It's kind of wild.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, there's, $100,000 is a hefty price tag. And then obviously this only caters to what we just talked about. The hedge funds, the big, like Wall Street, the big banks, like your common retail trader does not have access to this. And it just makes, and it just adds fuel to the fire of making the playing field not so equal.
And I mean, this guy already has all the stock trading stuff getting pushed down his throat, especially from the Democrat side. Now we have this report of how much he's earned in the crypto markets, and it's more than literally anybody. He has that like going against him. You already have kind of like 2 strikes against like quote unquote insider trading. Why add a third to it?
Dude, I gotta admit, dude, this guy, he's worse than Nancy Pelosi.
Bro, his returns from he dwarfed Nancy Pelosi. He made Nancy Pelosi look like a saint.
This guy's moving like
This guy's moving like he has 2 more years to make as much money as possible. Hey, you know what?
Moving like the Penguin and Batman.
There was one thing that we said about Trump before he got elected, and we said this multiple times, is we said the guy knows how to make money. So we weren't off there, but we did get bamboozled.
Yeah, big time.
Why is there still Red 40 out there in the market, man? This Bavel app, again, not an ad, is telling me how cancerous so much of the food is. It's crazy.
Why is Cyclospora still running out of control right now?
Why is our organic chicken being washed with chlorine?
Dude, I started seeing videos of that ever since you said it too.
It's nuts.
Just chicken.
You can only get like hang-raised farm whatever now, like chickens. Like, bro, where the fuck am I supposed to source this from?
Basically, all produce is washed in chlorine, right? Vegetables, fruits, chicken, other meats. It's disgusting.
Anyway, back on topic.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, so that's going on, guys. Basically selling like a true social premium for $100,000 a month. Who is it going to benefit? Hedge funds, prop firm funds, algo traders, institutions. Or if anyone here wants to gather $100,000 together and make a bot, but that doesn't seem worth it to me.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
Cuba's grid collapses again. It's electrical grid, right? Guys, this is the 4th time Cuba's electrical grid has collapsed this year. And you know, I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, yeah, I mean,
you think they're being squeezed by the U.S. trade embargoes?
A lot of it's because of that. I mean, the fuel shortages
because of Cuba's relationship to Russia, maybe
that, and like, you know, with the Hormuz Strait firing back up again in terms of like blockades and stuff like that. Cuba is a direct component of that. You would think Venezuela would and Cuba would have had a thing, and with Venezuela having so much oil, but apparently not.
Dude, not to cut you off, but we saw firsthand as soon as the strait closed, we knew the whole Venezuela oil thing was a BSer. Because why did oil just automatic? Like I said, I was gone for 1 month and came back from Mexico, and gas prices were up literally 35-40%. If we had all this extra oil from Venezuela, all of a sudden, why the F did it spike?
Dude,
it's all a charade.
And gas is back up over $4 again. You know,
why'd I get a Defender?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, dude, I feel bad for the people of Cuba. They're literally living in a medieval society now, and it seems like that because their grid is completely outdated. It's decrepit. It barely works. And you know, this is like, to me, this is like beyond like a third world issue. There's a lot of other third world countries with better power grids than Cuba, to be honest.
You know, when we still go to Georgia and we visit my grandmother, you get a certain amount of electricity and you get a certain amount of water per day, and you better preserve that water. And then there's a certain amount of water for the shower, and then you gotta heat that water up, and then you gotta pour it on yourself and shit. It wasn't until just 2 years ago or 3 years ago that they got an actual shower head, but still, you gotta conserve the water. One time I was showering. It was hot, and then it just got so cold. Fucking, my God.
Yeah, dude, it's like kind of in rural parts of Italy too. Like especially in like southern Italy, like my grandma's house. Like they get a certain amount of water each week too as well. And yeah, there's like you have to conserve. Because these are just like really just like old like older than America places, right? Where
well, America is so new, bro. It's 250 years old.
Yeah, I know. And like these places are just like they're basically ancient, and that kind of infrastructure just hasn't been put in those types of areas. But but this made me think of something else, right? All this data center talk of all these data centers coming up and everything is really showing the cards around the world in terms of like how our infrastructure how good of shape our infrastructure really is in, meaning not so good at all. For example, today, New York put out a moratorium for data centers to be built in New York, meaning that
Like, cut that shit out.
yeah, like you can't build them here because it's going to strain the network too much or strain the grid too much. And the fact that I'm sure they don't have to. That dumbass Mamdani saying, put your thermostat to 78 degrees is wild. Or else
Can't stand that guy.
Or else the grid's going to collapse. Like, get fucking real. You're telling me the financial capital of the world.
Maybe get all those illegal migrants out of there, and it won't.
Anyway, yeah, yeah, I mean, you're telling me the financial capital of the world's electrical grid's going to collapse if they don't turn their AC down to 74 or something like that. Get fucking real. Never in history have I heard of that happening in New York. But anyways,
turn your ACs up.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I got to say about that. But yeah, I think we need to strengthen the grids up.
Guess what, guys? The Iran conflict is still not over. There's more drones being fired off than ever before. July 20th, a couple of Iranian attacks killed a few American service members, and then Trump went on Truth Social saying Iran will pay for the death of these soldiers, yada, yada, yada. So we went from almost being done with this, 95% of topics agreed on, to now back to where we started. Pretty much.
This is going to be a 10-year-long, 20-year-long thing.
Stop.
It's going to be an on and off thing. It's going to become a new norm. It's going to be the new global war on, well, not global war on terror, just like a global war on whatever you want to call it. But it's another 20-year conflict that we're going to be in, all for financial gain.
Yeah. Well, what happened was Iran launched some airstrikes at a U.S. base in Jordan, and that killed 2 American troops.
Then a third one died in
a third one too?
Yeah, a third one died in I think Iraq because there was Iranian.
What are we still doing in Iraq, man?
Oh, dude, we're still there.
What?
Yeah, we have bases there. Yeah, so a third American died in northern Iraq during ordnance disposal of Iranian drone debris, meaning, right? Like a drone probably like crashed or something but didn't detonate. I'm assuming they're talking about explosive ordnance, and probably an EOD soldier went out there to go clean it up and it blew up on him or while he was, handling it, and unfortunately passed away.
You guys, you good?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Guys, if you are doing a prop firm challenge, I just fired up a prop firm challenge and I literally just longed ETH on it. SL 1835. ETH hits 2050. I'll pass the challenge in 1 day. But then I have to do like 6 like BS trading days because you need 7 days of trading for it to count. But this ETH long is nice, guys. It's nice. It's like not saying you guys should get in, but looks like it's about to bust through this 89 EMA. Bust through it. Speaking of trading, you guys remember when we said that the U.S. government is like one of the biggest investors of Intel? They own like 9.8% of the stock. And the government actually does quite a bit of trading. Well, the Pentagon, just like Elon Musk was trying to do this, the Pentagon is trying to recruit the big guys over at Wall Street. Not only recruit, they're trying to poach the big guys at Wall Street, offering 400K salaries, offering big bonuses, this and that. Why? Because they plan to invest and lend more than $200 billion to basically strengthen their defensive chains, to combat China's military investing. But how are they doing this? They're basically investing into the market. If they're going to be this like kind of it's like the AI like circle jerk loop that we have kind of going on right now. So if the government is going to be going into war and be investing into defense stocks, then they're going to be investing money into war and ammo and military weaponry to make the stocks go up. So they invest the money in these companies, and then they buy from these companies. These companies show good revenue, and then they sell, and then they dump onto the public. Like, are we not seeing this here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we literally not? Hold on. Let me just say that one more fucking time real quick. They're going to invest into military companies. Then they're going to spend the U.S. monster spending money into war. And then those stocks are going to pump, and then they're going to sell those stocks and take the profits. And then basically what they invested into the military is just going to come right back. Are we seeing this here? Hello?
If you thought defense stocks had their day already, think again. It's just getting started, baby. The war machine is ramping up, and it's going to get exploited to no fucking end.
I'm not the only one seeing this, right? It's just clear as day. This is wild. But hey,
yeah, if you guys need a job and you have a banking background.
Oh yeah. So if you guys want a job and you're good traders, check it out. But that's so crazy, bro. Oh man. What else we got next?
You sent me this the other day, and
oh man,
kind of crazy. Dive into it.
Guys, we talk about not being over levied in here, right? Not being over leveraged, not over risking. Can someone at least give me a confirmation that we talk about that? I think it's kind of a big topic that we talk about.
I got something to say about this too.
Can you guys believe? God damn it. Let's go. What's that? Yeah, full port always. Hey, you know what? You could full port always, and guess what? Imagine if 1 in 30 people in the U.S. just lost all their money. What do you think would happen? You think it'd be crazy?
Yeah, the economy would collapse.
If 1 in 30 people just got completely liquidated, guys, that would be wild. Because what would happen is, let's say out of 300 people, 10 of those people would get together, be like, yo, we're gonna start a gang, we got nothing, let's fuck shit up, let's keep finding the 1 out of 30 of us that have completely nothing, and let's just start a riot. Because what else are we gonna do? Are we gonna starve to death? No, we got to provide for our families. Well, guys, that's basically what just happened in South Korea, guys. Over 1.2 million retail investor accounts received margin calls, and they were completely liquidated, guys. That's roughly 3.4% of the country's working age population just went completely bust. Just completely bust. Zero.
Dude, there's a big part of me that thinks this is like some sort of like
coordinated attack.
Like, no. I feel like a domino effect is about to happen. You had China's real estate game sink, just erase 20 years of gains.
Insane,
right?
Imagine you've been holding real estate for 20 years because you thought, oh, it's the one thing that's going to go up, and you just round tripped your house for 20 years.
Basically happened overnight, pretty much. You have the Nikkei today in Japan doing what they call a technical correction. Because, and then now you have South Korea, about 3.4% of the adult population being liquidated and margin called because you want to know why?
Oh, I know why. I was about to give the numbers, but go ahead.
They got too greedy. They got too greedy and heinous with the semiconductor and AI stock plays.
Talk about
right?
it.
Guys, what you're seeing right now is what's going to happen with U.S. traders in the future. Like, South Korea is the future right now. You're seeing what's going to happen to us if we keep it up.
With how much this shit is levied, yeah. Justin literally hit it on the head, guys. So, here's exactly what happened. I love that word. They were basically heavy invested in tech and AI, like Samsung, SK Hynix, yada yada yada, and their ETFs were basically over leveraged to the gills. All the funds were over leveraged to the gills. On average, guys, they were borrowing 300 to 500% leverage, basically. 300 to 500x leverage. And then when the sharp reversals came, and basically when there was a drawdown of like 6 to 9%, these portfolios dropped down 27% because of the leverage. Mm-hmm. So, guys, 3/4 of the population just wrecked everything they had. Whether you were 30, whether you were 50, whether you were 60 years old, you just lost everything. I can't imagine what that's going to do to the economy over there, to just the morale over there, to the country itself. But Justin hit that shit on the head. If you guys do that same shit in the stock and crypto markets, yes, you'll crush it on the bull run, and you'll think you're a god, and you'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe no one's doing this. I'm about to get a yacht in no time, because that's the same shit that was going on through my head, my first bull run. And then when you realize that over leverage can take a quick turn and a quick turn bad, especially because you know how the trader psychology is, oh, hold, it'll come back, hold, it'll come back. But then starts the cascading effect, that domino effect of one, if one fund gets taken out, other funds start to sell, becomes mass selling, and becomes a complete capitulation event. I fucking hate that word. It's right around. See, do my strains at night. It's at 91 now, guys. Fuck. And my recovery just dropped one. You guys got any protein? So that is what's going on in South Korea right now. Very, very unfortunate. But talk about a huge reality check.
Dude, I didn't know this either, but they have a huge trading culture there. That's basically where all the trading tournaments
Where do you think
happen.
I got the ideas of Battle of the Bulls? Was the South Korea event. That went viral, and then I looked at the venue. I'm like, you guys need way better catering, way better tables. All that shit was whack. Man, I can't wait to do the next Battle of the Bulls. There's so much shit that I want to do differently and better already. Just so many ideas.
Yeah.
Guys, let's get into the stock market. Justin, you can switch over to that other document.
Yeah.
Stock market's been kind of slow. You guys know what's all pumping. Pretty much it's all the big tech names. I do think Meta undervalued right now. Microsoft undervalued. It looks like it's about to break out. And Amazon severely undervalued. Look at the Amazon weekly. Come on, guys. We're undervalued on Amazon. What are we doing here?
Yo,
and on Meta.
Was I reading it wrong? But didn't Semper crush that option with Amazon?
Yeah. I think the last exit was at like 15.
Yeah.
A contract, and the entry was...
He smacked that thing.
God damn. Almost 500% ski. Sick.
Yeah.
So, guys, we do have some big earnings coming up, and it's weird that it's not really that big of a talking point right now. You know, we have Tesla and Google reporting earnings. Hello, big dogs, two of the Mag 7. If you guys look at Tesla, guys, it's been getting hammered, guys. It's been getting hammered. If this earnings report isn't good for them, it's in 2 days. Today's the 20th. It's on the 22nd, guys. If this earnings report is not good for Tesla, you could see Tesla sink down to like 340, lower threes right now. It'd be quite a steep dip, guys. We're still talking about another. Bless you, Daddy. Whoa, what the fuck? It's still like another 10% dip on Tesla. Something to watch out for. I'm not really too concerned about Tesla affecting kind of the rest of the market, because we've seen the whole market and the AI sector rally this whole time with Tesla performing exceptionally terrible.
Do you think they're getting fallout from SpaceX?
Well, I was just about to talk about SpaceX, guys. You know what's going to happen to SpaceX. So, guys, we're under IPO levels, and a very, 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 very few amount of retail traders actually got 135 IPO. I'd say maybe 5 to 10% of the people that put in bids got it. You know, I think Jordan was saying he put in a bid for a certain amount and it got like a tenth of it only, and then it shot up to 150 pretty much right at the open. Went all the way up to 225, which means all of retail basically got in at 150 to 225. Well, 5% of SpaceX shares are still circulating. In August, in less than 30 days, they're going to unlock, oh man, I had these numbers memorized, I should. They're going to unlock another, I think, 5 to 10% of shares. By the end of this year, they're going to unlock more towards the end of the year. So they're going to unlock around, I'm pretty sure I have this number right, but they're going to unlock another total about 20% of shares by the end of the year. What do you think is going to happen to everyone that can now sell those shares? The people that got in for, you know, for $100 million evaluations, for $200, $300, $400, $500 million evaluations, they're going to be selling into $1 trillion market cap in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10x their money. Retail is going to get smoked. We warned about this shit. We warned about this shit specifically.
We did. It's like playing out play by play.
It's literally, why am I saying this? Because I've seen it happen with other IPOs. It's the same fucking story. When they have crazy evaluations like this, if they don't have a ballistic evaluation, then the IPO makes sense. But when you have that evaluation, and you know, we don't need to get into their evaluation now, but we talked about in depth how effing terrible it was. So, what Tesla is going to be looking for this quarter to really give them the boost is their robo-taxis, actually. Because, you know, you got Zoox, which I want to say is owned by Amazon. Google, yes, you're right. And then who's the other big player that's owned? Waymo.
No, Waymo's Google. Zoox is
Amazon then.
Is it?
I don't know. Check.
I'm going to check.
Check real quick, big dog. Guys, ETH longs.
Yeah, Zoox is Amazon. You're right. Zoox is Amazon. Waymo's Google.
Financial advice. ETH longs. I didn't say anything. What? Yeah. So the robo-taxis is going to be the big thing right now. And did you see what's happening in Vegas right now? A lot of these companies like Zoox, Waymo, they're paying the casinos like $3 to $5 million. I can't remember if it's per month or per year. I want to say it's almost per month to move the taxi stands way back. Now at Resorts World, the only way that you can get a taxi is you have to go like across the street towards a stop sign, and the taxis are parked so far back that somebody from the casino has to specifically wave down a taxi. This is happening at MGM right now, where the taxis are getting completely moved out, and it's, you know, the average Joe walks out the casino, they're going to look for a taxi. If they don't see a taxi, they're going to get an Uber. They're going to wave down the Zoox. The average person is just going to see what's in front of them is what they call. And that's actually one of the reasons why I jump into taxis in like New York or Vegas quite often, especially if it's on the strip. Like I don't care to like wait for the Uber, this, that. I'd rather just wave one down because I see it. But now all these big tech companies, what the hell is $3-4 million for them? That's nothing. They're specifically paying for these taxis to get moved out. It's pretty crazy. Speaking of one, right? Google is also going to be reporting earnings this week. They're reporting earnings in 2 days also on the 22nd. In terms of technicals, Google closed really, really ugly on Thursdays. If they don't have a very good earnings, which they're notorious for crushing earnings, but if they don't have a good earnings, specifically, technically speaking, it looks like Google can get pretty hammered right now. But Google has also performed exceptionally well from all the way from April to towards the end of May. They had a ballistic run, almost doubling in stock price. So, Jordan, you just have a shit ton of Tesla, okay?
Look, Elon's back in the poor people club.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but That's like that episode in Silicon Valley that ever watched that show. The guy went from a billionaire to having like 900 million. He goes, "I'm back in the 2 comma club. I'm poor. I have a car's doors that open like this, not like my Lambo where the doors open like this." Anyway,
Elon couldn't be a trillionaire for more than a day. He is financially illiterate.
Guys, the other big one is Intel. The other one is Intel that had a phenomenal run April to May, but it's down almost 40% from there. If they do not perform well on earnings, I hate to say it, guys, be careful on Intel. This shit could drop to $71, $72. It's 98 right now. That is another big drop. Very, very careful.
Mind you, Intel's been hoarded out by Trump for the past 3, 4, 5 months.
He sold the top, bro.
Yeah. So you're about to meet your maker with Intel. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, they own 9.8%. They sold that shit at the top. Just like they're gonna do when they invest in these military stocks. Oh my God. And then, guys, we're seeing a little bit of a semi-rotation because shit was kind of a bloodbath for a bit, guys. AMD got nuked, right? Microsoft got nuked a while ago, but that's why Microsoft is kind of cheap right now. But Microsoft announced that they're partnering up with AMD and AMD's Helios chip program, which is their AI system, and then they're going to be doing their Azure data centers with AMD. So again, like I was talking about, guys, we're seeing a lot of that circle jerk still happening, right? That circle jerk is like, hey, I'm going to invest in your company because I need to buy this from you, yada, yada, yada. So look for partnerships with Microsoft and AMD to help boost these stocks. In terms of technicals, Microsoft is the one to be looking after. In terms of technicals, AMD looks like it's going to take a big dumper in terms of technicals.
Shit.
A big dumper. It's got earnings in 15 days. So a lot of these chip sectors are going to see some big moves here. We started to see a ton of money go into crypto miners, not to get into the crypto market, but maybe we're finally seeing that rotation out of all the big tech names back into crypto, because that's what happened earlier this year, right? Crypto was booming, stock market not so much, and then stock market got sucked off, and then all that money went into the stock market. And then, yeah, I don't know why we put this here real quick, but did you guys see how Trump was trying to tariff Canada because of their wildfires and smoke?
I didn't see that, but I heard that. I heard it's like that's crazy bad, like all that smoke that's getting.
Yeah,
into the
Midwest. this is like the 3rd or 4th time it's happened where fires from Canada like just completely engulf New York City with smoke, and Trump was going off like you guys can't protect your forest, this and that, yada yada yada. I'm gonna tariff you guys 50% for all this smoke in the city. I told you that this guy loves that money, baby. So, anyway, that's really it that we got for stocks. So, some big names reporting. Basically, look for the tech names that haven't sold off yet. AMD is one of those. It did dip, but it's still massively spiked. That going into earnings, those could be the ones that sell off, right? It's basically like selling the news, because the earnings typically comes out good and the market already prices that in way before the earnings, and then a good earnings becomes a sell the news event. And then the counter to that is if we see stocks that have been crushed before going into earnings, those could be the potential runners for earnings if they do have good earnings. So pretty easy playbook there to play out. That would have been such a good personal rule too. Anyway, let's get into crypto, big dog.
All right.
Let me just steal the first topic real quick.
Yeah, talk about it.
Because I know you want to talk about Hyperliquid. But if you guys remember, guys, the House Senate was going to meet today, July 20th, and one of the potential things on the docket was the Clarity Act. So just because something is on the docket, it doesn't mean that it gets brought to the actual floor where the actual voting happens. Surprisingly enough, the Clarity Act did not get brought to the floor. Why do I think this happened? I think the Republican Party just didn't have enough votes yet to secure that, because they do need 60 votes total, which means they need about 7 Democrats on their side, and they need all 53 Republicans to vote yes. So it didn't get brought to the floor this time. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up was maybe when we can anticipate this to happen, and when we can anticipate the bottom of the actual crypto market. So we've talked about this many, many times, that the average bull market in crypto, and this has been happening for 12 years straight, there hasn't been a cycle that hasn't been like this yet, where the crypto market runs for about 1,000 to about 1,060-ish days. And then to the downside, it's anywhere between like 300 to 400 days. So from the top of 2013 to the bottom of 2015, it took 410 days. From the top of 2017 to the bottom of 2018 took 363 days. Those 363 days from 2017 to 2018, by the way, was when I blew all my money, and that's when my whole trading career took a very serious turn. Story for a different time, but fuck that year. Actually, no, not fuck that year. I learned so much from that year. Anyway, top of 2021 to the bottom of 2022 was 376 days. So the average is 383 days. So if we take that average and we apply it to the potential bottom dates coming up, if we go on the low end, like the shorter cycle estimate to like the lower mid 300s, October 4th to October 6th would be the bottom. The medium estimate, like, the 380-ish days, is going to be October 17. And then the average, which is 383 days, would be October 24th. And then if we hit the longest 410 days, would be at November 20th. So if we think about the other times that the House gets into office, we should expect Clarity Act to pass before this year's end. And probably not in October. The reason is because of these dates that I have right here. So the Senate is out of office from August 10th to September 11th for a whole month. Super limited work days. And then they're out again from October 5th all the way to November 6th. So that really only gives them 3 weeks between September and October to put it up to a vote. And then anything after November 6th for the midterm. So October could be potentially dead legislation. And the bottom, everyone is saying October. It could not happen until mid-November. Who knows? So just some things that I want to bring up on your guys' table, because I do think that following along the Clarity Act is very, very important. One of the reasons, again, why the Clarity Act is so important for the newer people tuning in is it sets the exact rules that the SEC and the CFTC have over the crypto market. And if it gets passed, the CFTC has majority of the rules for the crypto market. And that is huge, because most of crypto will be treated like a commodity. The other massive, massive factor about the Clarity Act passing is the fact that banks and pensions cannot invest in assets that have unclear regulation. If the Clarity Act passes, this now gives you crystal clear regulation, and it gives the green lights for banks and for pensions to invest in the cryptocurrency market. And that's what I got to say about the Clarity Act. Justin, dice it away with Hyperliquid.
Okay. Guys, before we get into this, crypto's been kind of blah, blah, blah lately, but, Hyperliquid's got something exciting come out. If you guys don't know already, Hyperliquid actually has a prediction market already. They call it outcome trading. But as of right now, only validators on Hyperliquid can control those markets entirely. Now, within the upgrade, they're going to start releasing it to where anyone could launch a prediction market. And, with that, you need some serious money to create markets. You need at least a $30 million deposit or $500,000 or 500,000 hype. to open up a prediction market. But
let me open up a ledger real quick.
Right, but if you actually, if you open up a good market actually, right, and it does a lot, you get 50% of those fees, those trading fees, in that trading market. So, in long story short, all that's going to do, right, guys? What's Hyperliquid? Hyperliquid again is probably the biggest perpetual decentralized DEX in crypto right now. That has so much volume going through it that it makes you sick when you see the numbers. And that's all due to like its perps, its equities trading, this and that. And imagine adding that big gigantic layer of the prediction market business, which is huge. I mean, dude, in the world, this World Cup, I think Kalshi did like $33 billion in volume or something like that. Or no, 50?
It's got to be more, dude.
50, yeah, sorry.
Bonkers.
Yeah, $50 billion in volume Kalshi did just on predictions. During the World Cup, and Hyperliquid only did 176 million. So when they open up the floodgates of these prediction markets, we could see how valuable Hyperliquid's truly becoming, right? I hope you guys took advantage of that Hyperliquid dip a couple days ago. Did you?
No.
When we dipped to 59?
No, I didn't. Well, I mean, I already had it in my long-term port, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no worries. But I mean, I
good dip though.
Yeah, I purchased a little bit of that dip. I'm not gonna lie. But Hyperliquid's just a straight up unit, like just a big unit in crypto, and there's nothing more to it, man. I mean, this is a massive conglomerate that you cannot bet against, and you just need to be a part of. In other news, okay, and I didn't even know. Who knows who Kobe is? You know the trader Kobe?
No.
I just want to say this, guys. You know Base, right? Base, the layer 2 or Base network in the Base app and everything. I feel like they've lost their
Base?
Yeah.
What's Base?
Base.
Yeah. What's Base?
Like Base, the layer 2 network of Ethereum.
You're not getting the joke. What the hell is Base?
Oh yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
It's a Watsy. It's a Woozy.
I just can't believe a network completely ran by Coinbase has become, to me, just completely irrelevant and destroyed, all because of this Jesse Pollock fuck.
They should have just ETH longs. They should have just stayed a freaking exchange. Like, why? You were already crushing it so much.
I know.
Just keep doing better at that.
So, yeah.
ETH longs. If you
don't know what I'm talking about, right? Jesse Pollock, the Coinbase executive who's been running the Base blockchain, handed the consumer Base app back to Coinbase and gave it to the infamous trader, Kobe, which, I'm going to say something about that in a little bit, but Kobe joined Coinbase after it acquired his on-chain fundraising platform, Echo, and Pollock says he's now focused on the Base chain itself rather than the app. And then basically, Pollock later announced like, hey, I was wrong about this, but this whole, social content creation platform and tokenizing all content, yada, yada, yada. Basically just, it was the biggest bullshit thing in the world that ever happened on Base. And it damaged Base's reputation significantly, I think. I don't see the need to use Base anymore. I just think there's a lot better products out there as well. Granted, Coinbase has such like a big market share in the crypto space. It's just, man, I don't know. They've lost all direction of what they want to do with this thing, in my opinion. But
in other news, Allo, have you guys looked at the Allo chart yet? Oh my gosh,
Jesus, dude, hold on, man.
Sorry, man. Crypto's just firing today. Sorry, go ahead, big dog.
I lost my train of thought. Anyways, in other news, guys, FTX begins $900 million creditor payouts. I thought they were supposed to be paying out people a long time ago, but those payments need to hit everybody by July 31st, so let's say, get fined severely. And I guess it's over 45 countries. Guys, if you didn't see, but Andrew Tate got arrested in Miami, I think it was yesterday or the other day.
Yeah.
Under grape allegations and sex trafficking again. and he had a crypto token called Daddy that fell 24% because of that. And other news, Crypto.com secures a $400 million strategic investment from Citadel Securities. What's cooking up over there?
That piece of shit company.
And what do you guys know? Another exploit happened in crypto. I didn't even heard of this company, but Summer Finance exploited for $6 million, shuts their doors immediately right after that. Damn, your finance company with $6 million bucks
doesn't seem too financial to me.
Maybe they had hopes and dreams, but if $6 million is putting your lights out, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing. In other news, guys, the Robinhood CEO kind of killed his own meme coin ecosystem, or meme coins in general.
Good.
As he went out to say, the future of crypto is in real world assets and not meme coins.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as it should be. We all knew that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for crypto.
Hello. I don't. Guys, so what's my screen at? Okay, it's still 91. Last live I did, I still thought we were in Q2 because my brain's not right. So it's Q3. So I put together all of Q2 alerts for crypto. Mine and Blast. I think Blast had like 3 of them or four of them. You guys know the record. How we did? We did 11 wins, 14 losses at a 44% win rate. Now, this is if you copy the alerts to the T and didn't change anything. Some people could have underperformed if they maybe like sold everything at a PT or got out early. Some people could have overperformed if, when I send out those notifications saying, hey, we're like 0.01 away. The portfolio got up to like 14K at one point, but this was the start of Q2 right here. Start of Q2. Justin, if I get any comments in the chat, can you let me know because I can't see that screen. This is the last sets from Q2, right? You can see this losing streak here was annoying. But look at like some trades like Ondo or people that hit like 1 or 2 PTs and stopped out on the rest, right? Small losses. And what's the common theme here, guys? This is risking 5% every time. And you can see that, when you start out, the risk is 500. But if you win a trade, it's 526. 1 inch hit PT1 and stopped out on the rest. That's why it lost $389 and not around 500. But you can see some of the big wins are, 800, 1200, 400, 600, 600, 600, 1500, 700. Those big wins are kind of what makes it. And if we look at the portfolio for Q2, we had a 44% win rate, and we made, I was going to ask you guys to guess, but we won we made 29.9% on the portfolios. So if you started with 10K, you're at about 13. You started with 1,000, you're about 1,300. Point of this is to put it in perspective. So if you have a 10K account, you made $1,000 on average every month. So maybe shooting for $1,000 a day on a 10K account is pretty un-effing realistic. But also just shows that in the market, there's going to be very busy times, very slow times. There's going to be times where we do 50 trades in a month. There's going to be times where we do barely anything. April, we did just 4 trades. Only 4. In
Blast said Uni is another great chart.
In May, guys, we did 14 trades. In June, we did just 7 trades. So, guys, 4 trades in 1 month. That's slow, right? Slow. 7 trades in a month. Slow. 11 trades in a month. Pretty decent. But the point is, and I learned this now training for a marathon, an actual marathon, and how it relates. There's times in the crypto market where you have to press on the gas. You have to push yourself to the limits. Even get a little bit uncomfortable, because that's kind of where you grow. And there's times where you need to step back, pull off the gas, slow it down, not trade as much, not trade at all that day, take a rest day, right? So it's funny, when I was training for the half marathon, I said, okay, today I ran 4 miles. Tomorrow I'm going to run 4.2. Tomorrow and the day after 4.5 and then 4.8. I got to 6 and then I couldn't feel my knees. I'm like, all right, let's go back down to 3. But running every day, longer, harder, longer, harder, longer, harder. Big pause right there. And then now actually training for a marathon with a guide, with like a professional system, I realized it's 1 speed run a week, 1 long run a week, 1 easy run, and 2 recovery runs, and 2 rest days. I was like, what the F? I've been training wrong this whole time. And then it immediately brought me back into my trading days. I'm like, shit, when I first started trading, I'm like, trade more, win more, trade more, make more, trade more, make more, trade more. It's so wrong. It is so wrong. You have to know when to press on the gas, trade aggressively. You have to know when to step back, chill, not trade, search for stuff, research stuff, learn stuff, find stuff that's cheap, right? Learn some strategies. The point I'm trying to make is, just like in training, you need rest days, you need easy days, and you need hard days. That's like trading. You need days where you don't trade shit. There's months where it's very slow and you're very, very picky on what you trade. Like those months where I did 5 trades and 4 trades. 4 trades and 7 trades. Of course, it's boring, but it was funny when I was doing my slow run, and the guide literally says, you're going to get annoyed with how boring this run is. Dude, I'm literally going this slow. I'm like, bro, I can crank it the fuck up. Like, let's go. But I'm trying to stay in zone 2 and not get my heart rate up, you know? But I could do more. But there's times where you don't press on the gas, and it's so crazy. Now that I'm taking my training on a more intense level than I ever have in my fucking 20 years of exercising, I'm seeing how much of this shit relates to trading. And that's kind of everything. That's in business. In business, not every year is a growth year. Some years are just, setback years. Some years are learning years. Some years you learn about what you did wrong and you make your systems better. So the next year's way better. Something that I learned about this marathon is, like, if I keep zone 2 training, it's going to slow down my average speed, but in the long run, it's going to help me go way longer distances, and then the speed is going to come back. So it's so crazy how much everything just kind of relates to each other, and I think this is just life in general, that everything takes time. You have to know when to take a break. You have to know when to be aggressive, and you have to know when to not be aggressive. And I think that's the best way that I can put it, guys, without repeating myself. Hope you guys took a couple cents of knowledge from that, but I can't tell you how much like business, training, and trading, and pretty much everything is. So, if you guys are crushing one aspect of your life, I want you to think about how you're crushing that aspect in your life and see how that translates into your trading. And just see the correlations, right? Whether you're married, whether you have kids, I want you to see the struggles and successes you have in your other parts of life and see how those are similar to trading. And hopefully you guys can unlock some light bulbs like I have in the past few weeks. That's all I got, and that hits 6 p.m. on the dot, boys and girls.